Bahraich, a district situated in Uttar Pradesh's Terai region, close to the Nepal border, has become the epicenter of an alarming crisis. It's a story of terror, survival, and an ongoing battle between man and beast. For months now, the residents of Mahashi Tehsil, a critical area within the district, have been living in fear. Fear of an ancient predator that has returned with a vengeance. 6 wolves have been wreaking havoc, their coordinated attacks leaving a trail of devastation in several villages. The situation has escalated to such an extent that it has caught the attention of the district and state forest departments. And even the forest minister himself had to address the public to assure them that every effort is being made to end this terror. But what drove these wolves to such aggression, and what are the forest officials doing to protect the people of Bahraich? Welcome to Indian Masterminds. I am Srajan Girdonia and you are watching our weekly news show, Bureaucracy This Week. Before we dive into the big story of the week, let's take a look at the headlines. Satish Kumar appointed chairman and CEO of the Railway Board. Government authorizes UPSC to use Aadhaar authentication for enhanced exam security. Centre received 1,084 complaints about usage of fake caste certificates. 92 officers dismissed for the same, divulges a report. The UPSC has no authority to disqualify me, argues ex-IAS trainee Pooja Khedkar in Delhi High Court. And Namibian cheetah Pawan passes away in Kuno National Park, Madhya Pradesh. So these were the major headlines for this week. Now let's get on with the big story. It all began on a seemingly ordinary day, March 10th of this year, when the first report of a wolf attack came in. A child was the victim, his life snatched away by a predator that had once roamed these lands freely, but had largely remained a distant memory. The news spread like wildfire and panic set in as more attacks followed. The Forest Department, led by District Forest Officer Ajit Pratap Singh, immediately sprang into action. Initial investigations pointed to a single wolf, but further evidence, including pug marks and feeding patterns, revealed the presence of not one but 6 wolves. Drone footage confirmed what the villagers had feared. This was not an isolated incident. It was a coordinated assault by a pack. To understand the gravity of the situation, even the local MLA, Mr. Sureshwar Singh, took to streets, joining night patrols to reassure his constituents that they were not alone in this fight. But the wolves, cunning and elusive, continued their attacks, seemingly always one step ahead of the authorities. These wolves are not forest dwellers. Their true habitat lies along the banks of the Ghagra River. Their den was discovered on one of the river's islands, a place they had made their home. These wolves seldom inhabit forests, DFO Ajit Singh remarked, highlighting a critical aspect of their behavior. But what drove them to leave their riverbank sanctuary and target human settlements? The answer lies in a combination of factors. Flooding of their natural habitat destroyed their prey base, forcing them to seek food elsewhere. And in the absence of their usual prey, small children became easy targets. Over the past few months, the wolves have attacked nearly 24 villages in Mahashi Tehsil in just 40 days. There were about 30 attacks, resulting in the deaths of 7 people, 5 of whom were children. More than 30 others have been injured. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent lives lost, families devastated, and communities living in fear. The wolves' attack pattern is chillingly methodical. They hunt in packs, choosing their targets with precision. Their modus operandi involves attacking children as they sleep in their homes, dragging their lifeless bodies to isolated areas where they are consumed. It's a gruesome sight, one that has left the villagers traumatized. As the forest department intensified their efforts to capture the wolves, the animals adapted, altering the timing of their attacks. The wolves' intelligence and adaptability make them formidable opponents, turning the situation into a cat and mouse game where the stakes are life and death. The Forest Department has not been idle in this crisis. They have deployed 9 teams to capture the wolves, setting up traps in multiple locations. These traps, equipped with bait, have been strategically placed based on the wolves' movements tracked through pug marks and drone surveillance. Their efforts bore fruit when they successfully captured 3 of the wolves, but not without loss. One of the captured wolves has since died. The remaining 3 wolves, however, continue to evade capture, their presence a constant threat. DFO Ajit Singh explained that the same methods, traps, baits, and possibly tranquilizers, are being used to capture the remaining wolves. But with each passing day, the wolves grow more elusive, complicating the forest department's efforts. To intensify the efforts, Akashdeep Badhawa, a 2016 batch IFS officer, has been appointed as the taskmaster for this mission. Having previously served as the DFO of Katarnia Ghat Wildlife Sanctuary in Bahraich, Akashdeep brings valuable experience and a deep understanding of the region to the table. In conversation with Indian Masterminds, he explained that the advanced techniques being employed to track the wolves, 2 infrared and thermal drones, are in continuous use, scanning the terrain in real time. These drones have provided crucial information, helping the teams stay one step ahead. But it's not just technology at play. The Forest Department is also relying on information gathered from residents and a well established network of informants. One of the more unusual strategies involves the use of elephant dung and urine. Wolves have a natural fear of elephants, and the scent of their dung and urine creates an illusion of the elephant's presence. Forest officials burn elephant dung to produce smoke, further enhancing this deterrent. It's a tactic rooted in the wolves' instinctive behavior, and it has shown promise in driving the wolves away from populated areas. Protecting the villagers remains the top priority for the Forest Department. Coordinated patrols have been organized involving not just Forest Department teams but also police, administrative staff, and local residents. These patrols operate around the clock, ensuring that the wolves have little opportunity to strike. MLA Sureshwar Singh has been particularly active in these efforts, joining night patrols and holding village meetings to advise residents. His message has been clear. Children must stay indoors and villagers must patrol in groups to minimize the risk of attack. Meanwhile, State Chief Forest Conservator for the Central Zone, Ms. Renu Singh, has visited the affected areas, offering moral support to the teams on the ground and urging them to expedite the capture operations. The situation remains tense, but there have been some positive developments. After days of combing through the sugarcane fields of Sisaiya village, the forest department teams captured another male wolf. This wolf, one of the 3 remaining from the pack, was first detected by a thermal drone. The teams monitored its movements until early morning, finally capturing it near the floodplain in the village. The capture brings hope to the terror-stricken villagers, but the job is far from over. The remaining 2 wolves are still at large and the search continues with renewed vigor. The captured wolf has been sent to Gorakhpur Zoo, a small victory in an ongoing battle, but for the villagers of Bahraich, safety remains a distant dream until the last wolf is captured. The story of Bahraich's wolf crisis is a stark reminder of the fragile balance between humans and wildlife. As natural habitats shrink and human populations expand, conflicts like this are bound to increase. The Forest Department's efforts are commendable, highlighting the challenges of managing wildlife in densely populated areas. For now, the people of Bahraich continue to live in a state of vigilance, their lives shaped by the ever present threat of the wolves. But with each wolf captured, the hope for peace grows stronger. The story is far from over. But the resilience of both the people and the forest department offers a glimmer of light in a dark and terrifying chapter. So, this is it for this week. What do you think about this episode? Let us know in the comments. If you found this story informative, do consider subscribing to Indian Masterminds. I'm Srajan Girdonia signing off. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.